If the word laminate makes you picture cheap, peeling plastic floors that swell the second they get wet, you're remembering a product that does not exist anymore. The laminate going into homes in 2026 is waterproof, it looks like real wood, and in a lot of cases, it is beating the LVP everybody has been pushing on you. Stick around because I'm going to show you exactly how to spot the good stuff from the bad stuff. Because if you write off laminate, you could easily overpay for a floor that is actually worse. So here's what I want to get through with you in this video. First, whether this waterproof laminate thing is real or if it is just a sticker on the box. Second, how it really stacks up against the LVP everybody has been telling you to buy. Because that is the real decision most of you are stuck on. And third, whether today's laminate is going to hold up and still look good in 10 years, or if it is going right back to that cheap, faded look we all remember. Let us start with the big one. Before any of this makes sense, I need to fix the picture in your head. Because the laminate you are thinking of really was junk. Back then, laminate was cheap. It swelled up the moment water touched it. And a lot of it looked faked, like a photo of wood glued to a board. So I get why people run from it. But the other thing that flipped this entire floor is the core. Today's laminate is built on a dense HDF core, and many of those modern lines now come with a waterproof or highly water resistant core. That one change is the whole story. That is why the old stuff swelled and the new stuff does not. Let me tell you how this actually goes down in my showroom. A homeowner walks in and they are dead set. They tell me laminate is that cheap peeling stuff from years ago and they don't want anything to do with it. I don't argue with them. I do not try to talk them into it. I just hand them a physical sample, have them hold it, I have them run their hand across the grain and feel the texture, I have them look at how realistic the print is, and then I take a key and drag it right across the surface, show them the scratch resistance. And then I just watch their face change. That is the whole point. Once they feel it for themselves, they realize the laminate we have now is nothing near to what it was 15 years ago. Let's talk about what actually changed, because it comes right off that sample in their hand. The single biggest difference from the old laminate and the new laminate is the core and the new print on the finish. Like I said, it is a dense HDF core, and the good lines now built it to be waterproof or highly water resistant. This is the reason the old floors puffed up and warped when they got wet, and the new ones just shrug it off. Same category of floor, completely different product underneath. Now, let me give you the honest version of how this holds up, because I'm not going to oversell it to you. In my installs, waterproof laminate handles the small daily stuff really well. A little water on the floor, the occasional pet accident here and there, and that is not going to hurt it. But there is a piece of this most sellers skip. Most of these laminates are waterproof on the surface. So as long as the water does not sit there and work its way down into the joints, you are fine. Do not let water pool up and sit for hours. Wipe it up and the floor does its job. I would rather tell you the truth on that than have you find out the hard way. Real quick, if you're a flooring installer working for stores and you're ready to get your own clients and keep your own profit, check out Flooring Academy, my private community where I show you exactly how I went from installing for other people to running my own flooring company. And if you're a homeowner around the Raleigh, North Carolina area and you've been thinking about new floors, I'll make it easy for you. I'll bring the mobile showroom right to your doorstep, help you find the floor that actually fits your home, and give you an honest, no pressure quote. Click the link up here to schedule your free in-home consultation. But does it still look and feel cheap? This is the fear I hear the most, and the answer is no, not the good stuff. The reason is something called EIR, which stands for embossed in register. What that means is the texture you feel lines up exactly with the wood grain you see. So when you run your hand across it, the dips and the grooves and the texture match the print. It looks like real wood and it feels like real wood. I can lay a good laminate plank right next to an actual hardwood on camera and most people cannot tell you which one is which. And this is where laminate really pulls ahead. The surface on laminate is typically more scratch resistant than LVP. That matters because denting and scratching is one of the most common complaints I hear about LVP. People love how LVP looks going in, but a heavy chair or a dropped pan can leave a mark. Laminate has a very hard finish and the durability of these floors is honestly hard to beat. That is the bridge into the decision most of you are really stuck on. Laminate versus LVP. This is the real fork in the road, so let me give it the room it deserves. Where laminate wins. It wins because it is thicker, it has a stronger locking mechanism, it has better scratch resistance, and it is usually cheaper per square foot than a comparable LVP or engineered floor. It also installs as a floating click lock floor, so it goes down fast and it does not need any glue or nails. This is a strong list, but I'm going to play fair with LVP too because LVP is a good product. LVP handles spills in daily use wear just as well as laminate does. And for certain wet areas, LVP is still the better call, and I will get to exactly where in a minute. I'm not here to trash LVP. I installed plenty of it, and I just want you to see that laminate earned its way back into the conversation. So why the comeback in 2026 specifically? Let me tie it together for you. For over a decade, laminate had one big gap. It cannot handle water, so everybody ran to vinyl. That gap is now closed. The waterproof core fixed the one thing that was sending people away. That is the main driver right there. But there's another piece to this. A lot of the best laminate is now made right here in America. A product like RevWood is made right here in North Carolina, and when it is made here, you get a cleaner product, better lead times, and a higher quality. The whole industry is shifting too. Dealers are moving away from the cheap imported vinyls and back towards laminate, and the manufacturers are putting real money into building real facilities here at home. That is the real shift, not just a marketing trend. When it comes to picking one that lasts instead of one that fails in a couple of years, there are a few specs I want you to insist on. First, look at a product that is at least 10 millimeters thick. That thickness is a big part of what makes the locking mechanism so strong and durable. Second, pay attention to the AC rating because that is a durability spec. And most homeowners never even check it. An AC3 rating is fine for a normal home, but if you have got high traffic or pets, step it up to an AC4 or an AC5. Third, make sure the print looks truly realistic and mimics real wood grain. And there's something the sellers will not point out. Stay away from the glossy looking laminates. That shiny sheen might look nice in the store, but over the years it fades and goes hazy on you. A matte texture floor lasts and keeps looking like a real wood. Glossy floors date themselves fast. That brings me to the most common mistake I see, and it is the perfect gut check before you go shopping. People buy cheap. The laminate produced today is a generally better product, so it is going to cost more than it used to. Most of the good stuff is going to sit in the $4 plus range per square foot. So when you walk into a big box store and you see a 99-cent or $1.99 laminate, I am telling you to steer clear. This is the old junk in disguise. It is going to swell, fade, or fail on you fast. Spending a little more upfront on a quality product is what keeps you from redoing your floors in a couple of years. Now, no matter which product you land on, two things still decide how good that floor feels and how long it holds up: the subfloor and the underlayment. Your subfloor needs to be flat, because a flat surface is what keeps the floor solid and quiet underfoot. And the right underlayment matters for that same feel and performance. How much prep it takes really depends on the specific space you're working with. So do not skip that part just because the plank itself is high quality. I also want to close this out honestly, because laminate is not the answer for every single home. I would steer you away from any high water standing area. And I am careful with full bathrooms and laundry too, because those spots really deserve a careful product choice. If a room is going to get soaked and stay wet, this is not the place for it. And you want to keep the floor as dry as you reasonably can. That said, a lot of times when we're doing a full home, homeowners want that floor running straight through the laundry room, the kitchen, even the bathrooms. And that is perfectly fine when you're using a high quality laminate. It really comes down to matching the right product to the right room. And look, if you're leaning towards laminate now, the very next thing you're going to want to know is what it actually costs to get it done right. Because there's a big difference between a cheap install and one that lasts for decades. So I broke down a real client laminate quote, line by line, the materials, the labor, the prep, all of it. So you can see exactly where the money goes and how to spot a fair price. Click right here and I will walk you through the whole thing.